Love is the only thing that can turn a CEO into a certified clown. Think about it. A person can analyze markets, lead teams, make million-dollar decisions. But the moment someone texts WYD at 2 a.m. with a heart emoji, they start fantasizing about wedding venues and baby names. We call it blind love. But what it really is emotional intoxication. A potent mix of hormones, wishful thinking, and pure, uncut delusion. Self-supplied. And then, after the breakup, suddenly our vision is sharper than ever. We remember every red flag like it's in 4K. We look back like we're rewatching a bad movie. Wait, why did I even like this person? Were they charming or was I just severely dehydrated? So, real question, why do we lose all logic when we fall in love, only to become geniuses the moment it ends? First, you've got to understand, love doesn't come from the heart. That's just marketing. It's all brain chemistry gone wild. When you fall for someone, your brain goes full rave mode, blasting dopamine, pleasure, oxytocin, attachment, and serotonin, obsession. It shuts down the judgment center and turns on the everything's fine filter. Suddenly, everything is forgivable. They're always late. They're just spontaneous. They're jealous of your cousin. They just really care. They never post you on social media. They're private, not shady. No, you're not dating a mystery. You're dating a walking red flag bouquet with good lighting. Worse than being lied to is volunteering to be lied to, and that's exactly what we do, willingly. Love turns us into screenwriters of a movie only we believe in. We edit scenes, add romantic background music, rewrite bad lines. He's not distant, he's just deep. No, sis, he's just unavailable. The most dangerous part? We don't fall in love with who they are. We fall in love with their potential, the fantasy version we created. Basically, we're dating a character in a Google Doc we wrote at 3 a.m. And the more time and energy we invest, the harder it is to walk away. Why? Because leaving would mean admitting we were wrong. And humans hate admitting we were wrong more than we hate traffic. So we stay, we settle, we justify. It's like living in a leaky, moldy apartment but calling it minimalist rustic. No, you just don't want to lose your security deposit, aka your emotional investment. But then, the breakup happens, and just like that, you wake up. Suddenly, things you used to call quirky now feel like emotional malpractice. You start remembering every ignored instinct, every time your gut whispered, "This is weird," and you replied, "Shh, we're in love." You wonder, how did I put up with that for so long? Answer, because when you're in love, you're not analyzing, you're rationalizing. But don't be too hard on yourself, because here's the truth. Blind love isn't a bug in the system, it's a feature from an evolutionary perspective. Love had to override logic. If cavemen paused to ask, is she emotionally ready for commitment? We might have gone extinct. Love had to be irrational, otherwise no one would risk it. It had to shut off the alarm bells and let us jump in head first. The chemicals made sure we did. And once the chemical storm calms down, the logic returns. Like, wow, that was a choice. But here's the real twist. The post-breakup clarity isn't just about seeing them for who they were. It's about seeing yourself and who you became to keep that relationship alive. You realize you lowered your standards, abandoned your boundaries, called your own heartbreak growth. You don't just miss the person, you miss the version of yourself who still believed it was working, and that's the hardest pill to swallow. So no, you're not suddenly smarter after a breakup. You've just come back to yourself after months of living in emotional VR. So instead of beating yourself up for being dumb, try this. You loved, you tried, you reached deep into hope, and now you know your limits a little better. That's not stupidity, that's the price of loving fully. So the question isn't, how do I avoid being blind when I fall in love? It's, can I love with my eyes open? The answer? Yes, but barely. Because if you were completely rational from the start, you'd never fall at all. You'd sit across from someone and think, statistically, this ends in disappointment, Spotify breakup playlists, and joint custody of a rice cooker. And you'd walk away. But you don't. You try again. You open up again. You still send that good morning text and hope they don't disappear. And that's not foolish. That's bravery that's been through a few battlefields. So the next time you fall in love and start to feel a little foggy, don't panic. That's part of the ride. Just know how to find the exit if it turns into a circus. Because maybe love isn't about being right. Maybe it's about being brave enough to try again, even after you've seen it all fall apart. So tell me, would you still fall in love, knowing what you know now, or better yet, when's your next first date?